Hey friends, my name is Cybill Sixpence. Today we are building this Nordic Longhouse, a cozy Viking-style base. I'll walk you through step by step, so pause any time and build along. I'm using the Mizuno 16 craft pack, so your blocks may look a little different from vanilla. Here's the materials list, and you'll need a 39 by 13 area for the footprint. Let's get started. Nothing about this base includes materials that are difficult to get, so most of this you're going to be able to have straight away. I'm starting by framing the floor work with cobblestone and using spruce planks to fill in the floor, with a little bit of gravel stair right there in the center. I went ahead and put haystacks in preparation for the campfires later. I'm using stripped spruce logs to start bringing up the longhouse support. The taller supports are going to be 12 block high from the ground. In the primary room, the smaller supports are going to be 7 block high, while the outer rooms are going to be even smaller at 4 blocks high. I do prefer compost over spruce when it comes to the walls. It has a different texture with this particular pack, and I'm going 4 high on the smaller rooms, but 6 high on the larger primary room. It is your option as to whether you want windows or, ventilation. I'm including it on mine. That is entirely optional. You make this the way that you want to make it. For now, what you're just seeing is the primary room of the longhouse, and the house itself will get taller. We'll break that down into 2 levels just so it's easier for you to follow along. Everything that you will see me build on one half of the house will be identical on the opposite side of the house. So the right will look like the left, the back will look like the front. With spruce trap doors, I am just going to start adding just a little bit of some detailing. I'm also keeping in mind that I am later going to come out with some spruce stairs and put underneath these logs that are just popping out from the side. And it'll give it a much more heavier feel, which is kind of what I'm looking for when it comes to Nordic and Viking buildings, is for the heaviness of the wood. If you did choose to put in some windows or some ventilations, I'm going to be using spruce vents to put those in instead of windows so that it keeps a much more authentic look to it. I am using spruce stairs on top of each other until it angles into the wall to make the building itself appear much more heavy. It's mostly there for aesthetics and looks rather than for design and meaning, but I love aesthetics, so I'm going with it. On the 2 smaller rooms, I'm going to be using some deep slate tiled stairs and deep slate tiled blocks. The first 4 layers are just with the stairs, and then from there moving forward we're going to be adding in the blocks to make it seem kind of a sloping action instead, so it's not just an A-shaped ceiling, but it's going to actually curve upwards and make a much more point. I do this on the opposite side as well. I am using spruce blocks and spruce planks and spruce stairs as just a way to make that roof look like this is where the joints are. This is where we are connecting the support beams, the logs that's holding the building up to the roof. On the inside, with each log, I'm also adding stairs at the bottom layer is just 1 stair, the second layer is 2 stairs, the top layer is 3 stairs, and then going around that with some spruce trap doors as well. I'm using acacia fencing. I know in vanilla it looks more orange, but for my texture pack, I love the color. I think it looks very beautiful. You can just decorate the inside with some barrels and some hay or whatever else that you want to put in. It's very functional, so you can actually label and use all of these barrels as you want, or with the new mechanics with the copper golem, you could even make a system somehow with this. I'm not really big into redstone and stuff like that, automation, but there's some fabulous people out there that can get the job done. I can't do that. But here I'm just adding in the next 2 layers of our roofing. The primary part of the longhouse is complete. We're just continuing up 2 more levels, Continuing with our deep slate tiled blocks, and with the spruce block is still going to be a block and a stair from here on up, and then I'm going to use a spruce trap door to cover that block so it looks a little bit more hardy. Also, before I forget, at the end of all of the popped out logs and underneath some of the spruce trap doors, I put oak buttons just to look like kind of like wooden nails that they might have used within the building. Right here on the ends of the building, I am using regular oak logs, not the stripped ones, but just regular oak logs with stripped spruce logs, as I'm going to pull this from our primary floor right here where I'm working all the way up to the ceiling, and just using some trap doors as if they are supporting the support beams. I just think it really brings out some more fullness. Because I know that Nordic culture has a lot of engravings to it. We don't really have a lot of options on that. I am using a lot of stairs, spruce stairs on the inside above the support beams, just to give that more of an engraved look as to the best that I can using pixelated blocks. And as I said earlier, whatever I do on one side, I'm doing the other. So now that we have our oak and stripped spruce log pattern, we're going to just pull that all the way up into the ceiling and continuing our roof with our deep slate tiles. Every layer that I go up and our roof is narrowing, I'm going to be using some spruce stairs and some spruce trap doors to cover the deep slate tile from the inside of the longhouse, so we don't actually see roofing on the inside of our house. Instead, we see a lot of nice wood texture, which I think is very important for the look of our longhouse. I did use stripped oak logs to cap up the top of our smaller rooms, but also using those stripped oak logs to continue to pull the support beams on into our ceiling right here that you see in the primary room. I'm continuing to also use trap doors as a look of extra stability with our support beams, and now we have an opportunity to add some lighting. I'm still using spruce stairs and blocks to continue to mold our ceiling with some deep tiles and pulling those side walls on up. I thought another ventilation window right here at the top would be nice. I'm just using some spruce fencing for that. And then we're going to move to this very decorative part of the house right here at the very top. Now while I'm preparing that, you can see that there's some decorations at the end of the smaller houses. Those are just a slab with an upside down stairs and a forward facing stairs. So you can do that if you want to. That particular piece is optional. I covered the ceiling up with some spruce stairs, in which I'm going to actually put some glowstone on. But we'll revisit this in just a minute. Here in the middle, we're going to be using some stripped spruce logs and filling in that centerpiece with some cobblestone, decorating it with some stairs and some buttons and some oak signs and some spruce fencing. And now for some glowstone. That might be the hardest thing to actually get if you've not been to the Nethers yet at this time when you're building it, but you can use any kind of lighting. Trap doors actually do not hold lighting, so any kind of lighting you put there is going to shine through it, just to make sure that there's no dark spots on the inside. We're going to have another ventilation window right here as well, and we're just using those deep slate tile blocks that we've been using to continue on up into our ceiling. We're using some stripped spruce logs to cover up our glowstone, and then just adding some head decorations to the ends of our house. I'm using stripped gates for that ventilation, continuing on with the deep slate tile, leaving the opening for the smoke to actually exit out of the house. There is another layer of campfire and some hay to make sure that the smoke is definitely seen from the outside. Using a spruce pressure plate and spruce trap door for each sides of the longhouse, and doing a once over to make sure all the buttons are there, the doors are there, and all of the details as I want them. That's the Nordic Longhouse complete. Feel free to change any blocks, colors, or details to make it fit your own world and style. If you build it, tag me so I can come see your version. For more cozy builds and survival stories, hit like and subscribe, and tell me in the comments what you would like me to build next. Bye bye!